Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And now today I have for you token Archfiends, which it's pretty cool. It's not fully optimized because I lack a lot of the key cards. For example, I still only have one Call of the Archfiend, and I don't have a third Archfiend Emperor. So I can't fully optimize this deck, but I still think it's pretty cool. It was super fun to use. Basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to take advantage of tokens such as the one you get from the golden apples by being attacked directly, and we also have limit impulse, which I'll go over at the end of this. Let's start with the monsters. We have two Archfiend Emperor, the first Lord of Horror, pretty standard in your Archfiend builds. We have one Archfiend Empress that we can special summon using one of our Emperors and Archfiend Palavrant. Empress is really cool because if it gets destroyed by battle or by card effect, you get to special summon a level 6 or higher Dark Fiend type monster in the graveyard. So it can bring back your Horror. Sometimes it's a little bit better to summon this instead of Horror. That way you have a follow-up play when your Empress gets destroyed. It can also protect Fiend type, Dark Fiend type monster you control that would be destroyed except itself by removing from play one Dark Fiend type monster from the graveyard. We have two Archfiend Giant, which is from the card trader. I like this card a lot. I wish the protection effect was once per turn. I feel like that would make the card so much more viable, but it's still a good card. If it's being destroyed by card effect, you can pay 500 life points and it stays on the field. This works with Escape from the Dark Dimension. If you used it to bring back Archfiend Giant and they try to destroy this, you can just pay the 500 and it'll stay on the field. It also works against C Stealth attack. If you attack a monster and C Stealth attack activates, you can pay the 500. The attack will go through, but unfortunately it will only work for that one turn. So if they summon another monster next turn, you're pretty much in the same spot. We have three Mist Archfiend. Mist Archfiend I like because it's 2400, 2900 with the field spell, and you can just drop this on the field. You do lose 1000 life points, which kind of sucks, but you don't necessarily leave your field completely open, since we have Golden Apple, we have Limit Impulse, so you can go very aggressively with this. Your opponent will have to spend a card whether this is going to get destroyed or not at the end of the phase. So yeah, good card. We have Trance Archfiend. I needed another Archfiend that I could normal summon, without tributing. So I went with the two Trance Archfiend. They can also recycle cards from the banish pile when it gets destroyed. So it's always nice in an Archfiend deck. And then we have one Doomdog. This used to be another Archfiend, another level 6 Archfiend, but that was getting way too bricky. This deck will still break a lot with all this level 5 or higher monsters. That's why we're running Restart, also known as Rebrick by my boy Dan. But anyway, we have three Archfiend Palavrant, which is the main engine of the deck. Like I said, you want to use your tokens to banish them with Palavrant's effect, so you can special summon a big Archfiend from your deck or the graveyard, which is really good. One Escape from Dark Dimension. The only Call the Archfiend that I have, and then the two Golden Apples and the Limit Impulse. Limit Impulse can seem like a bad card at the beginning. You send two cards from your hand to the graveyard to special summon two soul tokens. Fiend type Dark, level 1, 0 attack, 0 defense. These tokens cannot be tributed except for a tribute summon. So you can't do things like Econ Take with them. But I like this card a lot. The cost is not too bad when you're running Archfiends, because if they're in the grave, they're still gonna serve a purpose, by being banished with Archfiend Emperor. So I like this card a lot. It gives you tokens to protect yourself. It gives you tokens to banish with Palavrant. It gives you tokens to tribute summon. Overall, a really good card in my opinion. But let's go ahead and get into this replays. I did see Dan make an Archfiend deck using Golden Apples, but the reason why I didn't want to put 3 of them is because if I have one in hand and I use Restart, my opponent's gonna get that information right away that I have Golden Apples, so they can easily play around them. Otherwise, if they don't, this is the other Archfiend that I was running before I switched to Doomdog, Skull Archfiend of Lightning. And as you can see, the re-brick, I pretty much bricked into the same kind of hand, 2 Palaverins and 2 Hive Monsters. But now I pick up Limit Impulse, and this is good. I could have used this, you know, to protect myself from the damage, but I wasn't too worried about 800 attack from Doomdog. This way I can send my Empress and 1 Palaverint, and I have 2 tokens. So that allows me to normal summon my Lord of Horror, activate the effect, bring back the Empress that's in the grave, banish the Palaverint from my graveyard. He's gonna activate Hollow Life Barrier, so now I know that I'm going up against Destiny board. I can't destroy the Doomdog, so I don't attack him. We're gonna see the Flute of Summoning. He's gonna get a Wing Kuriboh, so more stalling cards and 2 face downs. But now I can do, he didn't destroy my token, which means I can do my play again. I you know, target my Empress, bring back my Lord of Horror from the graveyard. Use this effect, banishing my Archfiend Giant. And I make a mistake, well, not really a mistake, nothing I could do. I destroyed the Hollow Life Barrier. And the other face down was actually, as you will see, a Mirror Wall. Which really sucks because once he pays for the Mirror Wall, he's going to be able to activate his skill. So now I'm on the clock, I only have 5 turns to beat him. See the Destiny board, but I'm feeling pretty good. I have plenty of field presence. I assumed that was going to be the Wing Kuriboh, so I just attack instead of wasting a card by you know, wasting a card to destroy him with an effect, because he's still going to get the card effect. Once again, we go for the back row. We're going to see a Feint Plan. And the reason I did this right here, if I summon my Archfiend, you know, my Lord of Horror, I don't have any Archfiend that I can banish to destroy the card, and I can't attack because of a Feint Plan. So I end up tributing both of my monsters to hard summon the Emperor, get rid of the face down, and as long as it's not a Wing Kuriboh, which is not, I can just attack directly and win the game. I mean, it was Destiny board, nothing high tier, but I thought it was a cool duel. We got a Bandit Keith next, the Bandit Keith mirror match. I know I haven't been uploading, you know, as often as I normally do lately. I've actually been working on a lot of new stuff for the stream, so I'm really excited for Friday to come so I can show you guys all the new stuff we have. But I go with the re-brick. I normal summon my Archfiend just to get him in the grave, so that my Call of the Archfiend is alive. And we're gonna see Red Eye Slash Dragon, but that's fine because he's not gonna attack my Archfiend unless, you know, unless he can destroy it. Otherwise he'd just be suiciding. And this was super unlucky for me. I used my effect on the face down because I didn't want any flip effect activating, and it turns out it's a Bacon Saber. So super upset at that. Now he has the play that he wants. He can attack with Red Eye Slash Dragon. He has a banish card, and he has Sacred Soldier in the grave. So he can he can special summon that after his Red Eye Slash Dragon gets destroyed and banish my Archfiend Emperor. Oddly enough, I have the perfect card to answer that play, as you guys will see. You see the Red Eye Slash Dragon? They're both gonna activate. Alright, there we see the Sacred Soldier coming back, bringing back the Bacon Saber, banishing my Lord Horror, but I have Escape from the Dark Dimension, so he just comes right back. And at that point, I pretty much had won the duel. He didn't really have an answer for my Lord of Horror outside the Sacred Soldier, but now he doesn't have anything banished. So all I gotta do is summon another big monster, Archfiend Empress. We're gonna see Baggy's Leaves. Summons Destiny Hero Decider, which is it's a good counter since my monsters are level 6 or higher, so they can't attack the Decider, but I can just destroy it with Archfiend's effect. And the reason why I target the face down is because I have Trent's Archfiend, which is also going to be able to destroy the Cider. Get rid of the Cider, get rid of Red Eye Slash Dragon, and hit him for 3400 to the face. Next we got Paradox Brothers. Oh, I do want to give out a quick shout out to Jonathan G. I got a nice donation on my PayPal, so thanks for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate that. Going up against Paradox Brothers Balance. I go for the restart to see if I can get one of my traps. And I pick up 3 of them, so not the greatest pickup against Gladiator Beast, but you know, I gotta do what I can. I decide to bait out either the face down or, you know, something. He ends up spending a Karibo on the Mist Archfiend, which is good for me. Now, I'm not sure why he did this, but it ended up working out for me. He doesn't tag out into Murmillo, which I thought it was interesting. Instead, he brings out Laquari. So I summon my Archfiend Emperor, banish my Mist Archfiend, and we're going to see the Wall of Disruption, which is very unfortunate. We have a 0 attack Malus token, but he doesn't have a monster. So now I just tribute for the Giant, no reason to attack into the back row. I pick up Lord of Horror, which is amazing. That's going to let me special summon or Archfiend Empress, which is not prismatic, but it looks good prismatic. I'm just going to leave that there. Destroy the Murmillo. We're going to see the Windstorm, also prismatic, oddly enough. And activate my Limit Impulse. I have 2 cards in my hand that I don't need. We're going to bring back Lord of Horror. That's going to let us snipe one of the back rows. And I decide to play it safe. No reason to attack into a Wall of Disruption again. So I just leave my Empress in defense mode. He's got the enemy controller, but that's fine. Even if he were to, you know, get a monster and destroy this and then tag out into a Murmillo to destroy my Empress, I'm going to be able to special summon Horror right back. So he really was out of options. We're going to see another enemy controller that he has to use defensively. I keep playing around the Wall of Disruption until now, where I get another Archfiend, pop the back row, and finish the duel. Got my Valentine. I don't actually remember what Mai was running. Or, oh yeah, this was a peculiar hazy deck with a Roma strategy. Or at least I'm pretty sure it was a hazy deck. I didn't get to see much. We're gonna have Golden Apples, Escape from Dark Dimension. It's a good opening hand. I decided not to summon Mist Archfiend right away. Instead, you know, bait out the Golden Apples. So he's using Swamp Mirror, but we see that she made it Beast Warrior and Fire. So you know, that's got the synergy there with Beast Rising. But we have an 1800 token. We have Archfiend Palaverant, which is going to give us a 500 attack boost on that token. But instead, I just use the token after destroying the back row. I use the token to bring out another Lord of Horror to try to destroy both of the back row. Unfortunately, it's Curse of Anubis. But I can special summon one of my banished Archfiends, destroy the monster, and then they just scoop. So that's pretty devastating for your opponent when you can summon one horror, destroy something, go into a second horror, and then destroy something else. That usually wins you the game more often than not. I guess I could try this deck, like the same concept of the deck, but using Swamp Mirror, because you can make it a fiend, and then it'll work with your Palaverant. Going up against Duel Standby, most likely Mill. I went ahead and destroyed my Mist Archfiend so that I had my Call of the Archfiend live. So during the end phase, like, we'll go ahead and summon that. We see the Man-Eater bug, and that's completely fine. I'm gonna get my Archfiend back. I go with the Archfiend Giant. In case we see another Man-Eater bug, I can pay 500 life points to, you know, survive. I could have gone for the Banish here with Labyrinth, but instead I kept my Mist Archfiend in hand to use Call of the Archfiend. It's just better. We're gonna see a Feint Plant so we can attack. Sets another monster. Hero Shadow Scout, that's completely fine. You're just giving me resources. Labyrinth goes to the grave. I use Call of the Archfiend. Mainly to put my Empress on the graveyard so that I can special summon it next turn. We're gonna see the Lava Golem, and that's completely fine because I'm gonna special summon my Archfiend Empress. I'm gonna banish his Lava Golem with Labyrinth and bring out Lord Horror. Snipe the monster out of here and then just hit him for game. I'm assuming the face downs were more Feint Plants, so he couldn't activate them once I destroyed his face down monster. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this deck. Again, not the most optimal Archfiend deck, but a very fun spin using those token cards. I'm gonna leave you there with my prismatic Lord Horror. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. Really appreciate that. And until next time.